Welcome back to my channel. Well, I've been touting Uber all this time and you guys have only been hearing it from me. I'm not a professional trader by any means, and if you don't believe me, I understand that. So I'm going to give you proof of a industry leading money manager and hedge fund manager talk about Uber and Lyft. And he's basically giving you the skinny on why he thinks Uber is basically going to be magic. Now, and he's also basically saying that, Lyft is going to suffer and Lyft is basically not going to do well. They're speculating that Lyft is probably going to get either acquired or merge or something like that with Lyft, because Lyft is not in a good place right now. Uber is taking all of their money.
Today we're taking a look at two of the most popular rideshare companies in the world, but with key differences for investors to keep in mind. So what's the best way to play this duo? I'm here with Dan Ives, Wedbush Securities Managing Director and Senior Equity Analyst. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, when we talk about these two companies, we're talking about Uber and Lyft. So let's get to your goodbye, the one that you like here better, and that's Uber here. So the stock has gone up, obviously, over the past year. That's the chart. So let's get through your case here. You say it's monetizing on rideshare and delivery. Obviously has a bigger business than just rideshare.
Well, it's just starting. I mean, if you look at rideshare, you look at that food delivery business, it's been stable to growing, profitability is increasing, and then ultimately Lyft, that's the little brother, like the little younger brother to Uber, and Uber's just gained more and more share. Peak rides, I believe 2024 is going to be a massive year for Uber, which is why it's our most bullish disruptive tech name in ride sharing.
Okay, so let's...
Exactly what I was thinking. 2024 is going to be the year of Uber. And unless Lyft gets some kind of work, some kind of magic somehow, I don't know, do some trick, some Harry Potter, whatever, they're going to struggle because they just have the rideshare business. And recently, I know they're also getting into advertising. And Uber is also getting into advertising. Uber is actually making money off of advertising. So this is going to be the year of Uber. Uber is going to take off this year.
Get to disruptive tech in a minute, but first I want to dig a little bit more into the cash flow, the profitability, and we've got a chart looking at that. So here's the historic EBITDA, and then here's where the estimates are on a consensus basis. So that's a pretty big jump up.
Look, I think that's how many bears were wrong on Uber, because they were looking at the old Uber. If you look what Darren and team have done, like tacticians, they built a profitable model. You see it in the results. And look, if this continued to go further, it would just show profitability, EBITDA are going to continue to increase. Valuation's compelling. And I believe this is one where the next phase of the Uber story, the growth and profitability, just a phenomenal balance that you just don't get across tech.
All right, so a lot of people don't like Dara, but the man really changed that company. He came in and he made it profitable. I know some of you, including me, may not like driving fit anymore, but there's other ways to make money off of Uber. You could buy the stock because there's a good chance, I can't say for sure, of really making you money.
And you mentioned it is disruptive tech, which is funny here because I don't actually think of Uber anymore as disruptive tech. What's disruptive about it at this point?
Well, when you look at ride sharing, where everything's going, I mean, I could argue autonomous.
Uber is going autonomous. They really want to go deep into autonomy to try to get rid of drivers. They see drivers as a weakness, as their Achilles heel.
Software piece, almost a super app concept similar to what we see in China. Ultimately, I think that's what Musk is going to try to turn X into. You look at Uber, they're just gaining more and more share. And then at the bottom of that mountain, looking uphill, is Lyft, the younger brother. And that's why I think Lyft is a name that's really on the opposite side. Uber, I think this is going to be a trophy case 2024. Bull case $80, 67.
So he's basically saying that the bull case for Uber is $80, but on the low end is $67. So he's thinking that it's going to be somewhere in between those numbers.